Hi from Cape Town, everyone. I am currently in Cape Town. Excuse the noise in the background. There's like a lot of building going on and stuff. That's just how it is here, so it's not going to stop. I'm currently in Cape Town for work, and Ross is still in Abu Dhabi, so he won't be joining us today. But today is going to be the most difficult video that I have had to make. I don't have that many videos, but out of all the videos that I have made, this is going to be the most difficult one to put out for you guys. This is obviously going to be an update on how I'm doing after Klinik St. George, which I left on the 29th of April. And now that I'm in Cape Town, I can see my doctor who usually treats me. He's the one who has cleared all my co-infections, and he cleared my SIBO and my pyroluria, so he's really great. He's really renowned, and I really trust him. He's also the person that I made the most progress with my Lyme treatment, but when Klinik St. George came up, I just jumped at the opportunity because one of my main goals is to be able to work again and to just like survive, you know, and have a life, and to be able to pay for my medical bills and to be able to actually get healthy and live a normal life. So basically I just jumped at the opportunity, and yes, it is a great facility. I had an amazing experience there. I met people who I could relate to. I met people with miracle stories who have been treated, or know people who have been treated at the clinic and have amazing, healthy, wonderful lives now. And when I came back from the clinic, I started to feel a lot better. I actually did an update video on it. You can go and have a look on my channel. I was feeling a lot better at that stage. I was making slow improvements that were really noticeable. But then I started to go backwards again when I got back into work, and I still held on to hope, and I still said it's got to be something else. It's got to be the damage that still needs to be repaired. Like the clinic says, you need to repair your damage that's been done by your Lyme over the years, so you have to give it some time. So I kept telling myself that, and then I got to Cape Town and I saw my treating doctor who does muscle testing, and he's excellent, and I trust him with all my heart. He's absolutely brilliant, and I know people who he has cured, a lot of people. I know some people don't like the word cured, but I consider cured, you're cured if you're living a happy, healthy life and it never returns. So unfortunately, my muscle testing results show that I actually have more Lyme than I had before. And I can't explain the heartbreak and the absolute disappointment, and just everything that you've been through just flashes. You get flashbacks of everything that you've been through. I have no words. I actually just have no words. But we do have our theories as to how this happened. So I did speak to my primary doctor that treats my Lyme in Cape Town, and he said that I have very heavy biofilms. If you don't know what biofilms are, Google, because it's quite complex, so maybe do some research on them, but I'll just say it simply. It's basically like a protection layer that the Lyme hides behind. It's almost like a mucus, and the Lyme is able to hide in it and evade treatment. So usually when you treat Lyme, you bust those biofilms, and I think that they do that at the clinic. Before they do the hypothermia, they do give you biofilm busters, but it obviously wasn't enough for me, and I still have really heavy biofilms. If that is the case, in my case, I have let them know, and I hope that they can in the future focus on that specific part of the treatment, if that's going to make all the difference. If that had made the difference for me, they had busted my biofilms and my Lyme could be reached successfully, that would have changed my life. It would have literally changed my life. But we all have our paths for a reason, and I'm just here to share mine so that you have the information and you can see different people's different journeys and stories and situations, and you can look out for these things. So the other theory that we have that might have happened is that it did successfully kill my Lyme, and when my body was feeling better and stronger, my body was able to kill the parasites that were in my body, because I did have parasites. I have a video on parasites as well that you can go have a look at. But Lyme hides within parasites, and I know that I did have Lyme hiding in my parasites. So it could be that the hypothermia doesn't reach the Lyme within the parasites, and that when I was done with the hypothermia and my immune system was a little bit better and the rest of my Lyme was killed off, maybe my body was able to get rid of my parasites at that point, and then they released the Lyme when they died, because I'm all the way back up to 85% Lyme remaining. And before I went to the clinic, I was down to 39% Lyme remaining. But the good news is I only have 10% of my rickettsia remaining, so that's been really good. The last time I checked it was 22%, and now it's 10%. I have no SIBO remaining, I have no chlamydia pneumonia remaining, no mycoplasma pneumonia remaining, I have no pyroluria remaining, no parasites remaining, and now I'm just dealing with the Lyme and the CFO. So when the SIBO is gone, often you get CFO, which is, the SIBO is small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, and CFO is small intestinal fungal overgrowth. So often when you have a lot of antibiotics and things like that, you can get things like candida. So that's what it would be. It's not candida, but it's another type of fungal overgrowth in the intestines. All of these things very common with Lyme and treatment procedures and all of that. But I just thought it was really necessary to share this news with you. It's really hard because I know I'm disappointing a lot of people who are rooting for me, and trust me, I'm more disappointed than anyone. But I am continuing to fight, I'm continuing to work, and I am continuing with a protocol according to muscle testing. I'm going with what my body says it needs. So if you're not familiar with muscle testing, I can do a video on it to explain, but basically your body leads the way for treatment. You test your body to see what is the best possible solution, and it always changes. Time is everything. Timing is everything. So for example, my body doesn't want herbal or natural treatments anymore, which is what it really wanted in the beginning for a long period of time, and now it wants something more strong. And that's because Lyme does evade certain treatments and gets used to certain treatments. So it's important to follow what your body needs, because everybody is so different. That's why some people say antibiotics work and some people say no, they absolutely don't work. Some people say hypothermia works. Some people say no, it absolutely does not work. Some people say herbs work. Other people say no, it doesn't work. So that's why everybody's different, and all of those things do work. But it just depends on who you are and when you're using them, because my body didn't used to like antibiotics and now it wants antibiotics. So it's a very, very intelligent, complex illness that we are dealing with. But one thing that I do want to say is that I still fully respect Klinik St. George, and I know that it has a 70% success rate, which is the highest success rate known in the world for Lyme treatment. So it does have the highest known success rate for treatment. So I still do recommend it, but I would muscle test first. Unfortunately, I couldn't do that because my muscle tester is in Cape Town and I was in Abu Dhabi planning to go to Germany. So I couldn't do it, and I couldn't find a muscle tester in Abu Dhabi. So I kind of just went with my heart and my gut. But who knows, maybe the treatment did benefit me in some way. Maybe it did get rid of some, the Lyme that was outside of the parasites. Who knows? I'm just going to take it as a part of my journey and my learning. And maybe the whole purpose was so that I could share it with you guys, the experience at Klinik St. George, and then my personal outcome as the 30% who it doesn't work for. So now at the moment, my muscle testing showed that it wants doxycycline. So for 5 days, I'm going to be on a low dose of doxycycline, and then 5 days off, and then 5 days on, and then 5 days off off again. That's how my body wants to do it, just on a low dose. And then I'm also on antifungals, and then I also have another medication that I'm on. I'll actually go get it so I can show it to you. Here it is, DMSA. I'm trying to cover the place that I got it from just in case. That's the one. And then this is the other. It's called, hang on, what is it called? It's called naltrexone. Naltrexone. And you put it in water. It's like drops that you put in water. Naltrexone. I hope you can see it. And then the other thing that I'm taking is herbal formulas for busting the biofilms. And I'm taking for herbals for candida as well. So that's at the moment what I'm doing. The doxycycline is giving me hectic heart palpitations, and it's really back to a struggle. I'm back at struggle level. It's really disappointing, but we will get there. And something that I really wanted to say is that I still have hope. Yesterday I was devastated. The day before I was like even more devastated. I was just in a very dark place, but there is hope, and I'm holding on to that hope, and I'm just gonna get back up and keep fighting. Even if that means fighting through days where I'm obliged to do things and I feel like I'm about to drop dead, I'm just gonna keep fighting. And I'm gonna keep telling myself that soon I'm gonna be standing here feeling like a normal, healthy person. And I do believe that it's possible, even after all we've been through and all we've tried. I do believe that I'm gonna get there, and you guys are gonna be there with me. I can't wait to share that moment with you. But my intention for my channel was always to be like a guide. When I was a teenager, if I had something like this to look at that I could seriously relate to and say, yes, I'm feeling this way, I really think this is my problem, then I could go through the videos and see what worked for this person, or see what they have to say, or at least try to learn from this person. And I do the very same thing. I learn from other people who are going through it all the time. So that's the piece of advice. Join communities and follow other people's journeys on Instagram, on YouTube, or wherever, because you're going to get a lot of insight that way. Because the best way that you can find out information is to see what people have gone through and to see what they have tried, especially when they've given it their best shot. Yeah, it's not a simple journey, but I will get there, and it's gonna be sweeter in the end. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you next time. Bye!